Pallavi. Hi. So, hello everyone. Good evening to all of you. So, as you know, my name is Ghazala Firdaus, and I'm the person responsible for your biology classes. Okay. So, till now, we have completed most of the discussion related with the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So, only few parts are remaining that we will complete up today or within tomorrow completely. Okay. So, then we'll start the new chapter that is human reproduction. Okay, so before starting our discussion, let me just take the technical check. Okay, just let me know if you're able to hear me properly and the screen is visible or not. Okay. Good evening, Ashwin. Right. I guess nobody has any technical issues. Good evening, Preetham. Okay, guys, then let's end this poll. Okay, guys, then it's already like 5:03. Let's start the class without any further ado. Good evening, Vinayak and Anu. Okay, so, okay, there's a question on the screen. Okay, so this question is taken from the yesterday's class, not yesterday, day before yesterday, yes. So we have discussed this in the last class. So question says, diagram given below shows the stages in embryogenesis in a typical dicot plant that is Capsella. Identify the structures A to D respectively. Okay, so there is the diagram given in your screen. I'll give you like 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, I will launch the poll. Okay. This is easy. Okay, we have discussed this yesterday. If you have read NCERT, okay, then it is dead easy question for you. Okay, I'm launching the poll now. Yes, Ashwin and Anu, I'm expecting answer from you guys too. Okay, look at the diagram clearly and try to, understand the labeling. Okay, so which is A, B, C, and D. Beautiful, Anu. Vinayak Devi, correct. Chiran, Tejaswini, and Shivraj. Beta, I think you need to look at the options once again. Trishala, perfect. Okay, guys, last 2 seconds. I'm ending the poll now. Yeah, Tejaswini, now you're correct. Yes, Hita Beta, perfect. So let me share the results with you. So results are somewhat like this. 60% people have chosen option A. That is, most of you guys have chosen option A. Next, second opted is C, where 13% people have also chosen B. Okay. So most of you have chosen A. So let's discuss which is the correct answer for this question. Okay. So I have explained all of, about embryogenesis or embryogeny in the last class. So today I have asked a question. This is the very simple question, just taken the picture from the NCERT. Okay, so let's see which are these cells. This A represents what? This A represents nothing but the suspensor cells. Okay, so these are suspensor cells. So usually suspensor cells will be from 7 to 10 in number, so ranging from 7 to 10. Okay, and this topmost bigger looking cell is originated from the suspensor cell only. So this is hostorium. So I hope you remember what is the function of hostorium. It absorbs the nourishment from the endosperm. है ना? Yes. Chirant, I told you our next chapter will be human reproduction, which is starting from the next week, from Tuesday, because Monday is not there for you guys. Tuesday, okay? So A is suspensor cells, okay? Now, B is this mass of cells is referring to B. B is nothing but radicle. Okay, and this mass of cell is nothing but plumule. Okay, and here there will be some mass of cells, and these mass of cells are called as epicotyle. And here there will be another mass of cells, and these are called as hypocotyle. Okay, so this D refers to the cotyledons. All right, so now let's look into the options. So A is suspensor cells, so B is taken out. Then okay, B with radical, so radical. Okay, we are eliminating C. Okay, then C is what? C is plumule. Okay, so this is plumule, guys. Okay, plumule. So where there is not plumule, okay, both of the options has plumule. D is cotyledons. So D is taken out, and answer for this question is A. Okay, so answer for this question is A. I hope you have understood. I don't know about it, Shiran. You know, what we are told to do, we are doing that. Okay, about 11th syllabus, I don't have any idea. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so there's another question on the screen. Hello, Gopika. Yes, the ovule of an angiosperm is technically equivalent to, okay, megasporangium, megasporophyll, megaspore mother cell, megaspore. Okay, so I'm launching the poll for this question. I know this might be a little confusing for you, but I have already discussed this. Okay, I have told you which is female gametophyte and which is male gametophyte, which are the actual gametes I have told. Okay, so which is megasporangium, which is microsporangium. We have discussed all these things. Now you have to answer the question. Very good, Chiran, Tejaswini. Very nice. Who else? Trishala, awesome. Lohit, superb. Very good, Gopi and Anu. Ashwin, perfect. Okay, guys, last 20 seconds are remaining. Okay, so your time is done, guys. I'm ending the poll. Right. So let me share the results. So 33% people have chosen option A, and 27% people have chosen option D, and only 2 people, that is 7% people, have chosen option B. Okay, so let us stop sharing this and discuss which is the actual answer for this question. Okay, so this question is somewhere, you know, medium type of question. This is average difficulty question, not very easy, not very difficult. Okay, so yes, ovule of an angiosperm is technically equivalent to. Let me write something here, guys. Okay, so ovary, this is the female reproductive structure. Okay, so this is the female reproductive structure. This is stigma, this is style, and this bulged part is nothing but ovary. And this ovary contains many ovules, right? So the arrangement of ovules in the ovary is called what? Does anyone know? How ovules are arranged in the ovary is termed by something. Anyone? वोव्यूल्स कैसे अरेंज होते हैं वोवरी के अंदर? Very good, Hita, Deepika, Swati, very nice. Sachin, placentation, okay? There are many types of placentation: axial placentation, marginal, basal, basal central, है ना? बहुत सारे placentation है बेटा. But here you are seeing just one type of placentation. Actually, this is an axial one, axial type of placentation. But you have cut it down the stigma in a, what is that, longitudinal section, hence you are seeing like this. Okay, so this one part is vovule. Okay, so this vovule is equivalent to what? Let me write here, guys. Vovule is equivalent to megasporangium. Okay, megasporangium. Then what about male? Then what about male? Microsporangium is what? Microsporangium is equivalent to what? I'm asking you. Tell me. Microsporangium is what? Give me the another name of microsporangium. No. Sachin, wrong. Soumya, wrong. Deepika, wrong. Swati, no. Tejaswini, no. We have forgotten the structure of anther. No, wrong, Sachin. Very good. Tejaswini, Soumya, correct answers. Okay, so look at this, guys. This is the TS of anther, right? This is the TS of anther. The outer layer is called as epidermis. Okay, outer layer is called as epidermis, and inside to epidermis there is another layer called as endothecium. Okay, the another layer inside the epidermis is endothecium, and inside the endothecium, what is there inside the endothecium? There are middle layers, 1 to 2 layers depending upon the species to species. So these are middle layers, and inside middle layer you will find something called as tapetum, right? So these are the tapetal cells which are binucleated, also called as syncytial condition. Okay, so this is tapetum. Okay, tapetum. Inside tapetum, you get the sporogenous tissue. Sporogenous tissue has microspore mother cell, which will give rise to the microspores. And from microspore, you get the mature pollen grain with the formation of 2 male gametes inside the pollen grain. So this is the entire structure. Now, this green color, what I have written in green color, this is called what? This is called pollen sac. This structure is called as pollen sac, and another name is microsporangium. आप लोग घर जाके पढ़ते नहीं हो क्या? मतलब I mean, after the class, don't you read your NCERT or class notes or anything? I have explained this just few days ago, right? We have discussed this few days ago and you have forgotten already. Microsporangium is nothing but the pollen sac. Okay, so microsporangium is equivalent to the pollen sac. Then, so what is female gametophyte? Come on, tell me about the female gametophyte. Which is female gametophyte? Answer in the chat box quickly. Very good, Likita. Embryo sac. No, embryo sac. Ovary is actually the female part. This is gynoecium. Gynoecium कहते हैं बेटा. Ovary is the entire part. This entire part is ovary. What you are seeing here, this entire part is ovary. But inside ovary, there are plenty of things, right? So inside ovary, there are many ovules, right? There are many ovule. Ovule is called as megasporangium, which contains megaspores. Okay. So that's why the name megasporangium. Megasporangium is the structure which contains megaspore. Okay, so megaspore, one functional megaspore has given rise to the embryo sac. Now this embryo sac will give rise to the other structure, that is female gamete. So which is female gamete? Female gamete is nothing but the egg cell. Egg cell is the female gamete, guys. Whereas there is an another bride, जो दो मेल गैमेट आए थे, दो दुल्हे आए थे, एक शादी होता है एक के साथ. एक्सेल वाज एक्चुअली द दुल्हन, बट जो पोलर न्यूक्लियाई था वो भी लगे हाथ शादी हो जाते हैं कि ताकि खर्चा बच जाए, जैसे लॉकडाउन में शादी हो रहे हैं लोग ऐसे. ठीक है. व्हाट इज माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल? Tejaswini, microspore mother cell is actually the parental cell from where the pollen grain is originated. Okay, I hope you haven't seen my last classes or you might be absent. Okay, you have to go and see there. So one microspore mother cell will be diploid. Okay, so after the meiosis division, you get the microspore tetrad. Okay, you get the microspore. Something is really wrong with my pen. Microspore tetrad. Okay, from this microspore tetrad, these are actually immature ones. Okay, one microspore, microspore is actually immature pollen grain. So from these microspore, you get the mature pollen grains with the formation of two male gametes. Okay, Tejaswini, microspore mother cell is the actual parent cell from where our male gametophyte is formed. Now, what about the male gametophyte? Tell me. So, which is male gametophyte? This I have told you. See, these kind of questions will be asked in NEET. They will not ask you the direct questions. Okay, they will ask you. Very good. Now the answer is pollen grain. Very good, Deepika, Monisha, and all other people. Okay, so this is what pollen grain. Okay, so inside pollen grain, there are actually two male gametes, right? So this is a pollen grain. This is the vegetative cell. This is a vegetative cell. And along with the vegetative cell, there are two more cells. Okay, so these two cells, are actually the male gametes. These are actually the male gametes. They are always occurs two in number. Okay, हमेशा दुल्हे दो दो आते हैं. Okay, they are like twins. They always come to marry, with two number. Okay, yes, right. So I think now answer for this question is A, that is megasporangium. Whereas see, megasporophyll or microsporophyll is used where, beta? Where do you use fill? Sporophyll. You use this in the gymnosperms and also in you can say pteridophytes. So there you use in plants only, Likita. Still, megasporangium is also used in plants, but specifically this fill is used in the lower plants. Like you can say in the pteridophytes, you can use this in pteridophytes, and also in gymnosperms and other lower plants. Okay, so there fill arises, sporophylls. Okay, so megaspore mother cell is nothing but the parent cell which is diploid, which will give rise to the megaspore, and from that one functional megaspore we get the embryo sac. From that embryo sac we get the egg cell. Okay, so these are all the wrong options. Okay, megaspore is actually the structure from which we get the female gamete. Okay, so, okay, guys, so this is about the question. There's another question on the screen. Perisperm differs from endosperm in. Okay, so being a diploid tissue, its formation by fusion of secondary nucleus with several sperms. Being a haploid tissue, having no reserve food. Yes, no, you are very good. Wherever there is a fill refers to leaf. Actually, in gymnosperms and pteridosperms, there is a leaf where there is the structure. Okay, thus, sex organ will be present. Hence, we call it as the megasporophyll or microsporophyll. Okay? Yes. Very good, Lohit. I'm impressed. Nice. Very good, Trishala. Keep it up. Soumya, look at the options once again. Look at the options once again. Sridevika, superb. Sachin, look at the option once again. Jeevan, once again. Soumya, very good. Likhit, Jayan, Sinchana, beta, I want you to look at the options once again. Deepika, superb. Shalini, once again look into the options. I haven't launched the poll, right? यार मैं कभी कभी भूल जाती हूँ यार मैंने लॉन्च ही नहीं किया है पोल अनु for the first time you have answered wrong. अभी मैं सिर्फ 20 सेकेंड्स दूंगी ठीक है क्योंकि मैंने बहुत टाइम दे दिया था जब भी मैं भूल गई थी पोल लॉन्च करना. हिता correct. Sachin, now you are correct. Okay guys, your 30 seconds are over. Come on, Ashwin, Gopika, I want answers from you also. Okay, so let me share the results. So most of you have chosen option A, that is 57% people, and some other people have also chosen the other options. So let's discuss which is the correct answer for this question, guys. So first of all, what is perisperm? Okay, so perisperm is nothing but the remaining, or you can say remnant of nucellus. What is nucellus? Come on, write in the chat box, what is nucellus? Come on, guys, please be quick. Group of diploid cells, very good, true. But what is their function, Deepika? They are the group of diploid cells. I agree, totally agree. Okay, so these are actually diploid cells which give nourishment. Yeah, mass of cells that give nutrition for whom? To whom they give the nutrition? That I'm asking. Embryo sac, very good, Sachin. They give the nutrition for the embryo sac. For the embryo sac. So this remaining of the nutrients, nucellus, is actually perisperm. Okay, so this perisperm is diploid. Okay, so function of nucellus was what? To give the nourishment or nutrition for the developing embryo sac. Now, what is endosperm? Endosperm is originated from pen, that is by triple fusion in double fertilization. So pen was triploid and the endosperm that you get is also triploid. Okay, so this endosperm gives the nourishment for the developing embryo. This gives the nourishment for the developing embryo. That means it helps in the embryogenesis, also termed as embryogeny. You might come across a term called embryogeny. Embryogeny is nothing but embryogenesis, the formation of embryo. Okay, so this endosperm is giving the nourishment for the developing embryo. So this is the main difference. Now let us look into the question. So perisperm differs from endosperm in. That means यहाँ पे चार ऑप्शन दिए हैं बेटा. ये चार ऑप्शन are actually related with the perisperm. Okay, perisperm के characters दिए हैं that you have to differ with endosperm. Okay, now being a diploid tissue, yes, actually perisperm is a diploid tissue, but let's look into the other options. Perisperm is, its formation by fusion of secondary nucleus with several sperms. Hell no, not at all, guys. See, perisperm is just a mass of cell, that is present outside the embryo sac by the remaining of the nucellus. Okay, So I hope you remember the structure of ovule, right? There will be integuments, then there will be nucellus, then there will be embryo sac, and within the embryo sac, our female gamete will be there. Okay. So यहाँ पे no fusion, nothing will happen. Okay, and especially with several sperms, impossible. Okay, then being a haploid tissue, no, as I told you, perisperm is a diploid. Okay, perisperm is a diploid cell. Okay, perisperm is a diploid tissues. So this is also wrong. Having no reserve food, this is totally wrong, guys. See, this perisperm is giving nutrition. Okay, nutrition for whom? For the embryo cell. And here also our endosperm is giving nutrition to embryo. So both of them are giving food. So that's why they reserve food. They have reserved food which is given to the development of either embryo sac or embryo. So D is also wrong. So answer for this question is A. Okay, A is the answer for this question. Right. Okay. So then, is this clear? Anything that's confusing or anything that is not clear, you can ask in the chat box. I'll answer there. No? Okay. Right. So yesterday we had completely discussed about the embryogenesis, right? हमने embryogenesis के बारे में सारी कहानी पढ़ डाली, पूरी घोल घोल के निचोड़ के पी लिया है. तो अभी I'm showing you the diagram of the embryogenesis. Embryogenesis. Okay. So let's look here. Embryogenesis. Now, what is this? This is our beautiful flower, which has the male and female gametophyte. This is sepal. This is petal. This is anther. That means stamen. This is gynoecium. Within gynoecium, there is a ovary. And inside ovary, they are showing one ovule. It's one ovule. They're showing one ovule. Okay. So this is the highlighted ovule. Okay. So this is what? This is unfertilized ovule. Okay, ये अभी fertilized नहीं हुआ है. Unfertilized ovule. That means you can see here there are two sperms. मतलब दो दुल्हे ready होके बैठे हैं अभी कब शादी करेंगे कब शादी करेंगे. Okay, so they are so eager to get married. Okay, so one sperm will fuse with the egg cell, right? And the another sperm will fuse with the this. Okay, so here now you can see now this is a fertilized one. So this is fertilized ovule. So here you can see this is zygote which contains two nuclei. After the fusion of nuclei, there will be the formation of ploidy. We have seen this in the last classes, right, about ploidy. And here you can see the three nucleuses. That means two from the female and one from the male, and it will give rise to the endosperm. It will give rise to the endosperm. Now, see, endosperm has to start developing first. After endosperm, which will start to develop, the embryogenesis will start. Okay, तो हमेशा यही होता है बेटा. So ये आपका हो गया endosperm. It started dividing first, either by free nuclear division or by cellular division or by helobial type of endosperm. कुछ भी हो सकता है, right? So here you can see this is the first cell division. मतलब zygote has undergone one periclinial division and it gave rise to this is basal cell, or also called as suspensor cell. And this upar wala cell, this is what? This is called as embryo cell, or also called as terminal cell. ठीक है? तो अभी देखो बेटा, these cells, okay, so these entire cells are the suspensor cells. Okay, you have, yesterday we have studied nearly there will be, it ranges from 7 to 10 in number. Okay, but the last topmost cell is haustorium, right? So the haustorium is helped in the absorbing nutrition, right? So this is haustorium. So ये सारे suspensor cells हैं, and this is the you know, dividing embryo. Okay, so this is the dividing embryo. देखो एक division हुआ है, अभी divide करते जाएगा. Yesterday we have discussed about this. Okay, so here you can see this is the topmost cell, haustorium. These are suspensor cells, and look at this. This is what? This is in the globular stage. This is globular embryo, globular shaped embryo. Okay, why? Because it is a globe like structure, spherical structure. After this, what you're seeing here, this is a heart shaped embryo, guys. देखो ये again आपका haustorium, ये सारे आपके suspensor cells, and this is the heart shaped embryo. Look how beautiful the heart is, है ना? Heart shaped embryo. After this, here cotyledons start to originate. Okay, so abhi yahan pe cotyledon are very much differentiate. You can differentiate the cotyledons here. This is actually horseshoe shaped embryo. Horseshoe shaped embryo. Okay, so here you can see very prominent cotyledons, and this is the procambium. I had explained you, right? So procambium, ground meristem, and ये बीच वाला प्रोकेम्बियम है, which will give rise to what? Procambium will give rise to vascular tissues, xylem and phloem. So after the procambium, there is the layer of tissues or the cells that is ground meristem. So ground meristem will give rise to the cortex and endodermis, है ना बेटा? So उसके बाद ये जो lining है epidermis की, so this epidermis is obtained from protoderm or also called as dermatogen. दोनों ही बुलाते हैं बेटा, dermatogen are also called as protoderm. Okay, so from ground meristem you get the endodermis and cortex, and from procambium you get the steel region, that is vascular tissue, xylem and phloem. Okay beta, so now what you are looking here, this is the mature embryo. Mature embryo. Here you can see very prominent cotyledons, and here this is the root apical meristem. That means it will now give rise to the root system. Okay, it will give rise to the root system. And here this is the shoot apical meristem. That means it will be a plumule. So plumule क्या देता है? Shoot system देता है. Okay, so this plumule will give rise to the shoot system. Okay, so this is the seed. This entire structure is actually seed. So ovule से seed बना है ना बेटा? Right? So this is about the embryogenesis, which we have already discussed in the last class. I just did some revision. Here also you can see. So this is the handwritten kind of diagram. तो यहाँ पे देखो बेटा, this where it's going. Here you can see this is haustorium, and these are suspensor cells, and this is the globular embryo which is developing. Abhi ye pre-globular mein hai beta, it's not completely globular. Now it is, the cells are continuously dividing. Okay, वहां पे क्या हो रहा है? Mitotic divisions होते 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 जा रहे हैं, so that it will give rise to the mass of cells, and that mass will look like a globe. Hence the term given globular shaped embryo. Okay, so ये red color के जो cells है ना बेटा, these is nothing but endosperm. ये red color के cells है ना, endosperm है. यहाँ से देखो ये haustoria is absorbing the nutrition from these red color cells, and through the haustorium pass to the suspensor cell, and from suspensor cell to the embryo. Okay, so ये हो गया आपका globular shaped embryo. This is heart shaped embryo. So as you know, along with the embryo, even endosperm develops. थोड़ा endosperm भी divide होते रहता है, develop होते रहता है. क्यों? Because embryo को nutrition चाहिए तो endosperm तो develop करता ही है ना बेटा. तो ऐसे होता है. Now this is heart shape. Now here you can see cotyledons are very prominent. You can call this as a torpedo shaped or horseshoe shaped embryo. Okay. So after this, what are the pores? Where are the pores, beta? These pores. See, this structure is nothing but the pool of the cytoplasm, which will eventually fill. Okay, which will eventually fill. यहाँ पे क्या होता है बेटा? Here the structures were degenerated. जैसे this is the embryo sac, right? So here, what is that? Antipodal cell and your synergid cell and what else, the cytoplasm content, the primary cell, the central cell का जो cytoplasm है उसका content है यहाँ पे बस, ठीक है? तो this is the cytoplasmic content or the pool of cytoplasm. Okay guys, so what you need to concentrate here is nothing but the endosperm and the embryo. Okay, yes, so here you can see this is the mature embryo where you can see completely our embryo is developed utilizing all the nutrition from the both cytoplasm and from the endosperm. अभी ये राज करने के लिए ready है. Now this is actually the seed. Okay, so ये जो outer coating है ये seed है. अभी मैं बताऊंगी बेटा seed के बारे में. Now look into this. This is actually seed. Okay, so this is seed. So I had told you, right, after fertilization, integuments of the ovule will change into seed coat. And if there are two integuments, there will be two seed coat, outer testa, inner tegmen, right? तो ये सारे आपके cotyledons हैं, ये जो है ना बेटा, this is developing cotyledons. There are two cotyledons which are getting developed, okay? And this is endosperm. This mass of cells, you know, sandwiched between the seed coat and cotyledon is the endosperm, and this is the seed coat, that is testa. So this is the outer seed coat, very prominent protective layer. Okay, so here the germination has started. Okay, abhi ye seed hai, seed has already got the appropriate conditions, like it got good moisture, good temperature, good water content. Now it is imbibing the water and it is start to germinating. Okay, so abhi germination start ho gaya hai. So what is happening here? So what is happening here? So these are the two cotyledons. Can you see? So these are the two growing cotyledons. Okay, so these are the cotyledons, and this is the shoot meristem from where shoot system will originate, right? तो shoot system को, or you can say shoot meristem को plumule भी कहते हैं. तो वहां से आपका shoot system will originate. Okay, and this is the endosperm normal, and this is the radicle. So this is the mass of radical cells which will give rise to the root system. So this is the ruptured testa. मतलब देखो बेटा, कभी भी germination होता है ना, you have seen, right? You have seen the sprouts. So जो green coat होता है sprout होने के time पे, that green coat will break open and white thing will come out, right? So that white thing is nothing but the cotyledons. So those cotyledons now are coming out of the seed, right, by rupturing the seed coat, that is testa. So this is the growing region. So yahan se grow ho raha hai. Now look at this. Now look at this diagram. Okay, so this is testa, that is the broken seed coat, and this is the remains of the endosperm. मतलब endosperm पूरा utilize हो गया है, अभी germination start हो गई है, ठीक है? तो ये भी थोड़ा कुछ जो बचा है, that will also be used up. That will also be used up. And these are the cotyledons. You can see, now you can see the very prominent cotyledons here. Please ignore the sound which is coming from back. You know, somebody is selling some fruits or vegetables. I don't know. He's using mic. Okay. So this, okay. So what I'm explaining here, first let me tell you, this is the anatomical representation. Okay, anatomical representation of a germinating seed. Okay, so here what I explained, this is all about the morphological changes that I explained you. Okay, so these are all the morphological changes. So this is anatomical changes. So you can look into the cells. Each cell ko you can see, right? So here this is the stellar region. That means it will give rise to the vascular tissue. So which is the vascular tissue? Xylem and phloem. So this is the cortex and this is endodermis. And as you know, cortex and endodermis, both of them are originated from the ground meristem. And this is epidermis, the outermost layer, which is originated from the dermatogen. ये सब आपको पता है ना बेटे? Dermatogen. That's all. Now, so this is the root meristem from where the root will grow. Okay, so from here the roots will start to grow. Okay, so here, from here this will grow. Okay, so दो cotyledon ऐसे झुके हैं ना बेटा, so these two cotyledons are facing down. So as they grow, they will grow upward, and from here leaves will start to originate, like from here. So this will turn this side, and from here leaves will start to originate. Okay, So this is how germination happens. So this is anatomical view. I got this in some publication. I really loved the picture. I wanted to include this in the PPT. Okay, right. So this is about the ploidy of the seed. And beta, see, yesterday we have understood the embryogenesis and the endosperm development. But now we are studying from ovule how a seed is obtained. अभी वो पढ़ रहे हैं बेटा, ठीक है? तो अभी देख लो ये. So this is an unfertilized ovule. You can see there is a egg cell here, and this is the central cell. So this is the polar nuclei. Okay, so this after fertilization. So this is the fertilized now. So fertilized ovule. So here, this is embryo. So embryo is obtained from what? Embryo is obtained from zygote. So zygote has the recombination of both male and female. Hence, the ploidy number is diploid. One chromosome is of the female and another chromosome is of the male. Okay, so this is the combination, that is diploid. Okay, and integuments, actually I told you, inside embryo sac, whatever the structures are present, they are all haploid, like antipodal cells, synergid, वो सारे haploid होते हैं. But after, above the embryo sac, what are the structures present? Nucellus, integuments, all of them are diploid. Okay, and they contain the female chromosomes only. Okay, so these integuments is diploid, has the both female chromosomes. And this endosperm, 2 are female and 1 is male. Okay, so this is endosperm, that is triploid in number. Abhi dekho beta. Now this is a developing seed, and now this is the mature seed. Now this is the mature seed. Okay, so this becomes the seed coat. I told you, right? Integuments will convert into seed coat, and this is the mature embryo, and this pink color is the endosperm. Okay, so this is about the ploidy of the seed. Just remember this. Okay, now what is seed? What is seed? Seed is nothing but it is a fertilized ovule formed inside. Why it has 2 female gametes, ma'am? Where we have 2 female gametes, we have only 1 female gamete. In female, only 1 female gamete, that is egg. Okay, 1 female gamete, egg, right? Another one is the polar nuclei or the secondary nuclei. अभी क्या होता है शालिनी? 2 दुल्हे आ गए हैं. एक दुल्हा तो अभी दुल्हन के साथ शादी कर गया, दुल्हन तो एक्सेल थी. अभी और एक दुल्हा क्या करें उसको समझ नहीं आ रहा था. बहुत बेचारा बहुत पागल हो रहा है शादी होने के लिए. तो उसने क्या सोचा, अभी दुल्हन के बाजू एक सेल है, वो एक नॉर्मल पोलर न्यूक्लियर सेल है, उसी से शादी होता हूं बोल के हो गया. ओके, तो वो हो गया तो वहां पे एक नहीं था, 2 न्यूक्लियस था. तो कितने की फैमिली बन गई? 3 की फैमिली बन गई. ओके, सो इनिशियली ब्राइड वाज अवर एग सेल ओनली, इसीलिए एक को ही फीमेल गैमेट कहते हैं. पोलर न्यूक्लियर और सेकेंडरी न्यूक्लियस को फीमेल गैमेट नहीं कहते हैं. ओके शालिनी, प्लीज clear with this. Okay, be clear. Very good. Okay, so our seed is what? It is the seed is the fertilized ovule formed inside fruit. Fruit क्यों? क्योंकि ovule ovary के अंदर होता है, ovary fruit बनता है, ovule seed बनता है. So which is the final product? So our seed is the final product of the sexual reproduction. It consists of what? Seed coat, cotyledons, and embryo sac. Okay, so you should remember, in a seed we have 3 structures, or it contains of 3 components. What is that? Seed coat, cotyledon, and embryonal axis. Okay, so what are the cotyledons? These cotyledons are very simple, they are thick, and they are swollen structure. Why they are swollen? Because they carry so much food, है ना? So क्या होता है बेटा, देखो, जो भी एक वेजिटेबल है या फ्रूट है, जितना मोटा होता है उतना उसके अंदर फूड ज्यादा होता है. Similarly, cotyledons are swollen and thick because they store the reserve food. Okay, so right, एक सीड देखो बेटा पूरी प्रोजेनी बनाती है, पूरा ऑफस्प्रिंग देता है, पूरा एक नेक्स्ट जनरेशन देता है. तो उसके लिए न्यूट्रिशन तो चाहिए ना बेटा. अभी देखो एंडोस्पर्म था, एंडोस्पर्म एम्ब्रियोजेनेसिस में कंप्लीट हो गया, अभी हमारे पास मेच्योर सीड है। अब वो मेच्योर सीड क्या करना है, एक प्लांट बनाना है। तो न्यूट्रिशन क्या करता है प्लांटलेट बनने के लिए? ओके, सो व्हाइल द प्लांटलेट इज फॉर्म्ड, न्यूट्रिशन इज obtained from the cotyledon. Okay, I hope you got what I'm saying. Okay, in embryogenesis nutrition is obtained from endosperm. In the formation of plant, अभी प्लांट बन गया, प्लांटेड बन गया, अभी प्लांट थोड़ा बड़ा हो रहा है, तो उस टाइम पे न्यूट्रिशन कहाँ से मिलता है? कॉटिलीडन से मिलता है। क्यों? क्योंकि एंडोस्पर्म विल बी फिनिश हो गया होता है एंडोस्पर्म। ओनली इन फ्यू, ओके, ओनली इन फ्यू स्पीशीज द एंडोस्पर्म विल बी रिमेनिंग even after the complete embryogenesis. Okay, so let's study now. So there are two types of seeds in the market. Okay, so in the market there are two types of seeds. Okay, so one is called non-albuminous seed and also called X-albuminous, and albuminous seeds. And these are also called as endospermic and non-endospermic seeds. Okay, these are also called as endospermic seeds and these are also called as non-endospermic seeds. Okay, so what are non-endospermic seeds? These do not have the remnant or the remaining of the endosperm. Why? Because the endosperm is completely used up in embryogenesis. एम्ब्रियोजेनेसिस में पूरा एंडोस्पर्म यूज अप हो गया है, अभी एंडोस्पर्म खाली, कुछ नहीं बचा. Okay, so these kind of seeds are called as non-albuminous seeds or also called as non-endospermic seeds. Okay, so best example is pea, groundnut and beans. Okay, you can see here this is the bean seed. Okay, so this is seed coat. Okay, this is seed coat. And these are cotyledons, this bulged swollen part. Okay, so these are cotyledons. We have one, here two cotyledons. Okay, so this is hypocotyle, which is giving rise to the radicle, and this radicle will give rise to the root system, and here there will be epicotyle. ठीक है, तो ये जो epicotyle है, ये यहाँ पे अपने एपिकोटाइल सेल्स बना रहा है, लीफ लाइक स्ट्रक्चर. सो दिस इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज प्लूम्यूल. द प्लूम्यूल विल अगेन गिव राइज टू द शूट सिस्टम. ओके, तो दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर. हियर यू कैन नॉट सी the endosperm. So here endosperm is absent even in the pea. So this is the storage cotyledons which has the stored food, and this is plumule, this is hypocotyle, this is radicle, this is embryonic axis. Okay, so this is seed coat. So यहाँ पे you cannot see endosperm. Okay, so there is the absence of endosperm, but there is the presence of endosperm in some monocot plants. Okay, so this part is endosperm. Okay, so what are the endospermic seeds then? So these are the seeds where there is the remaining of endosperm. ठीक है, even though embryogenesis में endosperm use करने के बाद भी कुछ amount of endosperm बच गया है. ठीक है, तो वो उसका एग्जाम्पल क्या है? wheat, maize, barley, castor, इतना याद रखो बस है. ठीक है, तो एंडोस्पर्म हो गया. तो ये देखो बेटा, सो दिस इज योर कॉटिलीडन, दिस इज कॉटिलीडन, दिस इज सीड कोट. एक्चुअली व्हाट इज दैट, एंडोस्पर्म एंड हमारा जो एम्ब्रियो है उसके बीच में एक लेयर होती है बेटा. आई होप यू रिमेम्बर दिस. देयर विल बी अ प्रोटीन लेयर हियर. एनीवन राइट इन द चैट बॉक्स, इस लेयर को क्या बोलते हैं? This layer actually separates the endosperm with embryo. Very good Sachin. Alluron layer. Very good Jain. Alluron layer, इसको बोलते हैं alluron layer. Okay, so alluron layer बोलते हैं. Can we consider all oily seeds to albuminous? No, Niket. सारे आप क्या कहते हैं ऑयली सीड्स को आप albuminous नहीं बोल सकते हो. Okay, so you cannot say like that. But most of the monocots does have the endosperm. But see, this castor and coconut and sunflower, तो आप बोल सकते हो, but not like that लिखित. Okay, तो अभी देखो बेटा, ये आपका embryonal axis हो गया. So this is our embryonal axis. Let me change the color. Okay, and here there will be presence of radical. यार क्यों इतने बेकार कलर्स हैं यार मेरे पास, कुछ अच्छा नहीं है कलर. सो दिस इज, फिर मैंने वही ले ली, रेडिकल. सो आफ्टर रेडिकल देयर विल बी कोलियोराइजा. ओके, एंड यहाँ पे हाइपोकोटाइल, यहाँ पे अंदर हाइपोकोटाइल है. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे एपिकोटाइल है. आफ्टर एपिकोटाइल देयर विल बी प्लूम्यूल, एंड आफ्टर प्लूम्यूल यू विल सी द अनदर लेयर दैट इज कॉल्ड एज कोलियोप्टाइल. ठीक है, जहां पे प्लूम्यूल है वहां पे कोलियोप्टाइल, जहां पे रेडिकल है वहां पे कोलियोराइजा. आई होप यू रिमेम्बर दिस. ओके, नाउ yesterday or sometime somebody asked me, coconut is a fruit or seed, or they have asked which is the fruit, or सीड कौन सा है, फ्रूट कौन सा है कोकोनट में. आई डोंट रिमेम्बर किसने पूछा था, बट आंसर इज हियर. अभी कोकोनट देखा मैंने तो याद आया मुझे. देखो बेटा, दिस कोकोनट इज एक्चुअली कॉल्ड एज वन सीडेड ड्रूप. ओके, सो इट इज कॉल्ड एज वन सीडेड ड्रूप. ओके, सो इसमें क्या होता है बेटा, यू कैन कॉल दिस फ्रूट को फ्रूट भी बोल सकते हो, सीड भी बोल सकते हो. क्यों? because you cannot find a specific seed here and you cannot also find specific fruit here. Okay, तो usually इसको fruit बोलते हैं. Usually it is categorized under fruit, that is drupe. Drupe is a type of fruit that is called as dry fruit. ठीक है, dry fruit मतलब उस dry fruit में मत जाना. Okay, so this is it has no fleshy content, ऐसा बोलते हैं. So drupe. Okay, so here there will be 3 eyes. If you remember, एक coconut में बेटा 3 आंख होती हैं, 3 eyes. So among those 3 eyes, 2 will not do any job. They will be remain sterile. And 1 eye, okay, from that 1 eye, if you keep the coconut for a very long time, what will do, you will see some white color structure. कुछ white color का यहाँ पे outgrowth दिखता है. So that outgrowth will eventually lead to the formation of plant. Okay, so here that's why it is called as one seeded drupe. ओके, एक सीड ही फर्टाइल होता है जो कि एक अनदर प्लांटलेट देता है. सी, आप ना एक कोकोनट को बहुत दिन रखो, जब वो पुराना हो जाएगा और वहां से कुछ जर्मिनेशन स्टार्ट होगा ना, तो उसको आप ऐसे ही मिट्टी में यू सो इन द सॉइल एंड विल सी द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ अ न्यू प्लांट. ओके, यस, वेरी गुड अनु, यू हैव बीन कंसिस्टेंटली आंसरिंग इन द यूट्यूब. वेरी गुड. सो या, ठीक है, तो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज वन सीडेड ड्रूप, right? Okay, now seed from ovule ka another part. Here there's another term called as perisperm. Okay, what is perisperm? I told you perisperm is actually the remnant or the remaining of the nucellus. Okay, jab bhi nucellus bach jata hai, okay, when the nucellus is remaining even after giving nourishment for the developing embryo sac, then that seed is called as perispermic seed. Okay, so the best example for that is pepper and beet. Okay, example is like, अरे यहीं पे तो लिखा है ना, I didn't see, pepper and beet. Okay, so this is the pepper seed, guys. Okay, this is the pepper seed. Now you tell me, this much part is actually the endosperm. ठीक है, ये सारा endosperm हो गया. So this is endosperm. Okay, so this is embryo. This part is embryo. You can see 2 cotyledons here. Okay, cotyledon is here, and then this is the embryonal axis. ठीक है, अभी ये आपका embryo बन गया. ठीक है, so this is the embryonal axis. ये आपका बन जाता है embryonal axis. Okay, so now there is the presence of endosperm and embryo. Okay, so inside if you look, there is the remnant of the nucellus, that is perisperm. तो ये सारा perisperm cells हैं. Okay, so these are diploid. Our embryo is also diploid. Endosperm is triploid. Okay, right? So this black pepper is a very good example for both endospermic, that is albuminous seed, and also best example for the perispermic seed. Ma'am, coffee seeds come under such category. You mean perispermic? Beta, I need to look into that, beta. I'm not, sure about the coffee. Okay, but I'll get back to tomorrow with this. Okay, I'll let you know tomorrow. Okay. Although I'm born in Chikmagalur, I played with coffee literally. Okay, हमारा पूरा coffee का plantation है. We have a coffee plantation. So I have literally played with coffee, but still I don't know anything about it. Okay, so I'll get back to you with that tomorrow. Okay, so this is about the perisperm, guys. And here you can see this is the seed coat. This is seed coat. Pericarp. Actually, pericarp is this. Okay, so this is the pericarp. जो बाहर की lining है वो pericarp है. Yes, ma'am. We also have coffee plantation, so I asked. Okay, okay. I'll get back to you, Sinchana, with that. Okay, so pericarp is nothing but the layers of fruit. Okay, layers of fruit. This we'll study in the upcoming slides. Okay, you can look here. This is also a very good example. So this part is endosperm. Okay, तो ये हो गया आपका perisperm, but this perisperm is absent here. Okay, but here it is present. So this is pepper. ये आपका पेपर का एग्जाम्पल हो गया. And this becomes hypocotyl, this becomes epicotyl, ये आपके cotyledon, ये seed coat, सब वगैरह वगैरह. Okay, now if you look into the monocotyledon, you can see here. So this is endosperm. Okay, so this is endosperm. So there is a presence of alurone layer and hypocotyl, epicotyl, and this is the cotyledon, that is scutellum. Okay, now. So integuments of ovules harden as tough protective seeds. So it has a small pore called as micropyle through which oxygen will be going in and out and water enter into the seed during germination. I had explained this and I had given you the chart, I guess. है ना, आपको मैंने पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन में सारा एक चार्ट ही बताया था, इवेंट्स बिफोर फर्टिलाइजेशन एंड इवेंट्स आफ्टर फर्टिलाइजेशन. There I had given this. Now, so there is one slide, better slide for your understanding. I know sometimes even though you hear most of the concepts, आप भूल जाते हो. ठीक है, तो perisperm and endosperm का better difference. Okay, keep this in your mind and keep studying. ठीक है बेटा. So what is perisperm is the remnant of the nucellus, and here it is formed by the double fertilization, right? So क्या होता है, एक male gamete and two female cells, that is polar nuclei, se we get this. And this is triploid in nature, this is diploid in nature. Best example is pepper and wheat. Here maize, rice, wheat, castor. So most of them are monocots. Okay, so it is the part belong to the seed and it contains reserve foods. Okay, so this part belongs to the seed. Okay, seed means it is also nutritive tissue. Okay, but this is purely a reserved food material. Okay, this is purely reserved food material. Now it is usually dry and it is usually in the fluid form. है ना? You can take the example of our coconut water. Coconut आपका fluid में रहता है. ठीक है, तो usually it will be in the fluid form. Okay, beta, let's move ahead. Ma'am, actually perisperm is present outside the embryo, right? What, how did you set this, Monisha? On what basis you said this? Because embryo sac के ऊपर perisperm होता है इसीलिए. See, Monisha, what I showed picture here, this is a developed embryo. Okay, so this embryo is not the embryo sac. अभी यहाँ पे fertilization आग बिट दे. ठीक है मोनिशा, यहाँ पे fertilization हो गया है. Fertilization हो कि आपका mature embryo है. तो mature embryo grow हो जाने के बाद आपका perisperm जो है वो बीच में आ गया है बस. ठीक है, so initially nucellus will be outside only. Outside मतलब outside to the embryo sac. But now embryo is completely mature, hence that is making the tissues, perispermic tissues inside, cells inside. Okay, now, so there's another concept called as seed dormancy. ओके तो आपको यहाँ पे सीड डॉर्मेंसी देखने को मिलता है. सो एनीवन नो व्हाट इज सीड डॉर्मेंसी? I'm waiting in the chat box. Someone? Inability to germinate. Very good, Sachin. Awesome. Inability to germinate. That means dormancy कभी टूटती ही नहीं क्या? There will be no breakage of dormancy at all then. Yes, inactivity. Yeah. Vishwa Bharati is saying teach in Tamil. Vishwa, I really don't know how to speak in Tamil. Okay. So, yeah, but I can speak in Kannada. But even though यहाँ पे जितने बच्चे हैं, all of them doesn't understand Kannada. That's why I use Hindi. Okay. Okay. Cannot undergo further metabolism. Yes. That means there will be a resting stage for the metabolism. It condition it can germinate. Yes, like it in favorable conditions it can germinate. Okay, so I got enough answers from you guys. So see, as the seed matures, it becomes dry by reducing the water content up to 10 to 15%. Okay, सारा moisture content कम होता है so that even the mass of the seed will also reduce. Okay, so what happens then? So when the moisture is lost, when the water content is reduced, so for metabolism process, definitely cells need water. But यहाँ पे तो पानी कम हो रहा है, तो पानी जब कम होगा, metabolism कम होगा, तो eventually seed will go into the dormant state. Okay, so metabolic activity of the embryo slows down and it enters into the inactivity stage, also called as dormant stage. So this dormancy, seed dormancy, is not seen in all type of seeds. ठीक है, हर सीड में आपको सीड डॉर्मेंसी नहीं दिखती है. Okay, so what happens in the endospermic seeds, like where endosperm is remaining, there usually even though seed enter into the dormant region and वहां पे अगर metabolism नहीं हुआ, फिर भी food is obtained by the seed from the endosperm. Why? Because there is the remaining of endosperm. But in the case of pea, groundnut, and beans, that is ex-albuminous or non-albuminous seed, then usually the seed will not undergo dormancy. Okay, as soon as the seed matures, it is ready for the giving another progeny. वो क्या बोलता है beans? अभी तो मैं रेडी हुआ हूँ, मैं भी डॉर्मेंट हूँगा, मैं रुकूंगा नहीं, मैं और बढ़ूंगा और बच्चे पैदा करूंगा. ठीक है, तो वो प्लांट सो कर डायरेक्टली हो जाता है एंड जर्मिनेशन विल स्टार्ट. ओके, सो दैट इज वन कंडीशन. अनदर कंडीशन, सी, germination is affected by few factors. Okay, so germination is affected by few factors like seed coat, thickness of seed coat. अगर seed coat बहुत thick है तो germination is delayed. That means you can say seed is undergoing dormancy. ठीक है बेटा, अभी देखो dormancy हम इसलिए बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि germination नहीं कर पा रहा है. Okay, so dormancy we are saying because that seed is not able to germinate. But what is happening inside, who knows? There are few possibilities, right? So one possibility is that it is a endospermic seed. Okay, that's why it is getting some nutrition. Second point is it has the thick seed coat. Okay, so that the moisture content or water is not getting inside the seed. Okay, third, और क्या बोलते हैं, कुछ environmental conditions ठीक नहीं है. Okay, it's not getting the appropriate environmental conditions. Okay, then the fourth possibility is what you can say, there is some disturbances, hormonal disturbances, some hormonal stress might be there. Okay, so what happened, ABA actually promotes the dormancy. Okay, कुछ plants में क्या होता है, I mean in some plants or in some seeds, ABA, that is abscisic acid, will be released in large amount, and when there is ABA is in excess amount, is in large amount, then seed will go in a dormancy stage. Okay, but if in any plants, if there is a ethylene hormone, okay, ethylene hormone will leads to the germination. It will lead to the germination. Okay, so we artificially can also treat the dormant seed. तो उसको हम ट्रीट करके क्या कर सकते हैं, इथाइलिन उससे ट्रीटमेंट करके we can make the seed to germinate faster, and we can also make the seeds to undergo dormant. For example, I told you, right, pea plant is actually a non-endospermic, that is non-albuminous or ex-albuminous, and it is ready for germination. But आप अभी नवोदय में हो बेटा, मैं भी नवोदय में थी, तो मैंने देखा है वहां पे पी का वो सब्जी बनाते हैं, they'll make सब्जी from pea. Okay, that is dry pea, they have dried it. Okay, so one thing is they completely dry the seed, and the second thing is if they expose the seed with ABA, abscisic acid, then the dormancy will be delayed. And not delayed, promoted. Yeah, promoted. Okay, so this is about the dormancy, guys. Okay, so here I have given you a one diagram. Okay, so pollination पहले होता है, pollination के बाद fertilization हो जाता है. So after fertilization, seed development will happen. After seed development, seed will get mature. After seed mature, some seeds will go into the dormant stage. After dormant stage, it is giving the germination. So germination हो रहा है. So germination के बाद plant का growth हो रहा है. Then maturation. So these are the stages that you see in the development of a plant. Okay. So now, how do you break the dormancy? I told you ethylene is one of the hormone by which you can break the dormancy. But naturally, how dormancy is broken when the seed is getting the favorable conditions like moisture, oxygen, good amount of oxygen, and suitable temperatures. At that environmental conditions, they will automatically break the dormancy and they will germinate. Okay. So this is about the concept that is dormancy and baki ke cheeza. Okay, so other things. Do you have any doubts here? Matlab, if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the chat box. Any doubts? Any sort of doubts? Okay. So there's a question on the screen. Non-albuminous seed is produced in maize, wheat, castor, and pea. I am launching the poll for this question. Very good, Jayant, Abhishek, Tejaswini. I'm very happy to see that. Is there any relationship between the number of ovules in ovary and the number of seeds in fruit? Definitely, Likit, definitely. Let me explain one thing to you. Last 30 seconds. Very good, Anu, and Ashwin. Good, Shri Devika, Monisha, very good, Sinchana, awesome, beautiful. Last 10 seconds. Deepika, nice. So you should remember the examples, okay? So you know what is non-albuminous, what is albuminous, even though examples play a very important role. Very nice, Trishala, good. Okay, guys, I'm ending the poll now. Your time is done. So 76% people have chosen option D, and 14% people have chosen option A. 7% people have chosen option B, and एक बंदे ने C को choose किया है बेटा. तो क्यों ऐसे हुआ है, क्या है इसका राज? पता लगाओ दया, पता लगाओ. अब हम पता लगाते हैं क्या है इसके अंदर. Okay, so non-albuminous seed is produced in, most of the times I told you non-albuminous seed is seen in monocots. Did I say wrong? Did I say correct? What did I say? Are you concentrating or not? What did I say? Did I say correct or wrong? I'm asking you. Very good. Yes. So non-albuminous seeds is usually seen in dicots. Yes, Monisha. Okay, this is seen in usually dicots. Okay, so this maize, wheat, and castor, these are seen where? These are usually seen in monocots. So this monocots is actually the albuminous. Okay, so these have endosperm. That means these are albuminous. Okay, so P is actually the question for this, answer for this question. Okay, D, P. Right? All other are the wrong options. बेटा यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं था. It was just the example. Okay. Yes, Gopika, you are correct. Yeah. So now let's enter and understand how fruit is obtained from the ovary. Okay. Still now we studied how ovule से seed आया. Okay. So here ovary develops into a fruit. That is definitely true. So transformation of ovules into seeds and ovary into fruits proceeds simultaneously. Definitely. देखो बेटा ovule है ना grow होते रहता है into seed and eventually so simultaneously ovary is also developed into fruit. Okay, so there are wall layers or you can say layers of fruit or wall of fruit, so that is called as pericarp. So pericarp is the collective term for all the layers. Okay, but there are different layers in the fruit. Okay, so which are those? So the outer layer is called as exocarp, middle fleshy part is called as mesocarp, and the internal part is called as endocarp. Okay, and this is the seed. ये आपका seed है. Okay, Likit asked me something I just now remembered. See, Likit, what happens if there is the female part here? Okay, so here, just for example, I will draw like this. Okay, so this is the placentation, and here there are ovules. Okay, so what happens? Pollen grain will come and germinate. Array. Pollen grain will come and sit here and it will start to germinate and it will first make the contact with one ovule. Another pollen grain will come and make contact with another ovule. So another one will make contact with another ovule. So all the pollen grains will come and one by one sit on the stigma and they will make the pathway. They will make the pollen tube and reaches into the ovule. Okay, so like this, okay, all the pollen grains will contribute the male gametes and simultaneously सारे वो will fertilize हो जाते हैं. In case one or two ovule is not fertilized, okay, one or two ovule does not fertilize, it remains like that only. Okay, and all the three or four they get fertilized. So what happens उस time पे this gynoecium will not wait for the fertilization, it will start to develop. Okay, so then if I write this is the lemon, okay, this is the lemon fruit. Okay, you will see the seeds here. Okay, so you will see the seed here, somewhere here and here. Okay, so यहाँ पे देखो बड़े seeds हैं, that means they are the very good fertilized ovules. Okay, so they are the seeds, they are ready to give the next progeny. But in one or two part, you can see there is no ovule at all. यहाँ पे ovule ही नहीं है, कहीं एक छोटा होगा यहाँ पे चुटकू. ओके, सो उसका मतलब है जस्ट नाउ वो फर्टिलाइज हुआ है तो उसका प्रोग्रेस दैट हैज टू टेक टाइम फॉर द प्रोग्रेस, बट वो नहीं हुआ, सो इट इज डेवलप्ड, द फ्रूट डेवलप्ड, बट समवेयर देयर इज नो सीड एट ऑल. तो उस टाइम पे क्या होता है, दिस वोव्यूल विल अंडरगो डीजेनरेशन. ओके, सो वोव्यूल फ्रॉम हियर will undergo degeneration while the development of fruit will happen, and from fertilized ovule to seed उस टाइम पे जो ovule fertilized नहीं होता है वो degenerate हो जाता है. Okay, Likit? So this is how the number of seeds are differed. Okay, so if it is fertilized then it is converted into seed. Now, so in fruits there are actually many types of fruits. Okay, there are fruits like siliqua, drupe, berry, pepper, and eterio of berries. Okay, तो बहुत सारे fruits हैं बेटा, type of fruits. Okay, then our legume, ठीक है, ये सारे होते हैं। तो उसमें ब्रॉडली डिवाइडेड इनटू फ्लेशी एंड ड्राई, ओके, ड्राई, डिहाइसेंट एंड एग्रीगेट, ऐसे कुछ डिविजन्स होते हैं बेटा। तो अभी उनकी जरूरत नहीं है आपको, यू विल स्टडी दैट इन द अपकमिंग क्लासेस, यू डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट, ओके। सो बेस्ड ऑन योर एनसीईआरटी you just study this. Some are the fleshy and some are the dry. So best example for dry is groundnut and mustard. See, I have seen most of the times in NEET they ask this question. Okay, which are the dry fruits? Okay, they will give groundnut, mustard, okay, what is that, groundnut, mustard, और कुछ देते हैं और फिर कुछ और, तो you guys get confused. Okay, always remember in your NCERT they have given fleshy fruits का example guava, orange, mango. Dry का example groundnut and mustard. Ma'am, when a mango is not ripened, it will be dry, and after ripening, it will be fleshy. Why and how, ma'am? See, Jeevan. So when in the mango is in the process of ripening, it will release the hormones, right? So that hormones will make the what you can say, the cells will undergo what is that, due to the heat. अभी क्या होता है बेटा, इथाइलिन का जो वो क्या कहते हैं, व्हाट इज दैट, इथाइलिन का कैरेक्टर कह लो बेटा, वो गर्म है, ओके, इट्स द हीट. When the cells in the colder condition, they will be usually hard. When the ethylene hormone is released in the fruit, so then it will be get mushy. Okay, so that mushiness is because of the heat that is obtained in the fruit, cake cheese, because you said, right, fleshy kind of thing, wo, right? So ripening ka best example is ethylene. Okay, so there is the hormone responsible for the ripening. Okay, because of the heat. Okay. So even you can look into the people, yaar. आप अभी हम लोगों को देख लो. You look into us, we people. So usually your skin will be very plump. Okay, it will be very soft. So it is nice, stiff skin. So as you age, there will be many changes in your hormones, stress, physiology, behavior. सब होने के बाद it will go, like this. मतलब it will start to sag. So why it starts to sag? Because there is some reason for that. Okay. तो ऐसे ही उसमें भी यही चीज होता है, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे बिकॉज ऑफ द हीट यू गेट द फ्लैशीनेस, एंड राइपनिंग होने के बाद मेटाबॉलिज्म में भी चेंजेस आते हैं बेटा। सो वहां पे विटामिन ज्यादा आते हैं, मिनरल्स भी ज्यादा फॉर्म होते हैं, तो बहुत सारे रीजंस हैं। ओके, सो लेट्स डिस्कस दिस टुमारो बेटा, व्हाट डू यू से? लेट्स डिस्कस दिस टुमारो। Okay, there's another question on the screen. Albuminous seeds store their reserve food mainly in endosperm, hypocotyle, cotyledons, perisperm. Okay, I'm launching the poll for this question. This is easy question, guys. Okay, we have already discussed about this. Very good, Anu. Last 10 seconds. Very good, Likhit, Shri Devika, Amit. Yes. Soumya beta, I think you need to look at the options once again. Okay, I'm ending the poll now. Yes, Rishti, superb. Okay, so let me share the results. So 63% people have chosen option A, 17% people have chosen option B, and 13% people have chosen option D, and 7% people have chosen option C. We have been discussing about albuminous and exalbuminous since 20 to 30 minutes now. Okay, so albuminous seeds store their reserve food where? This is such a easy question. Okay, so albuminous seeds or what? We call albuminous seed when there is a remnant or the remaining of endosperm. ठीक है, endosperm जब after the embryogenesis and embryogeny अगर कुछ endosperm बच गया है, तो for those type of cells we call it albuminous seeds. Okay, so albuminous seeds मतलब they store their reserve food in where? Endosperm, cotyledons, hypocotyle, perisperm. See, perisperm is definitely out of the league because perisperm is the remnant of the nucellus. Okay, so this is the remnant of the nucellus. So this is out of the league. Then hypocotyle is actually the structure which will give rise to the radicle, and from radicle you get the root system. Okay. So endosperm and cotyledon are the two options. But see, cotyledon is an another structure which is actually an another reserve food. But albuminous seed ka jo hai na beta, that is everything related with the endosperm. Actually, cotyledon is also reserved food material. Okay, but albuminous seed doesn't store their food in cotyledon. Okay, they just store their food in endosperm. So answer for this question is endosperm only. Okay, this is definitely a very easy and very straight kind of question. Okay, so see, when there is the remaining of endosperm, we call it as albuminous. When in any seed there is no, remaining of endosperm, we call it exalbuminous or non-albuminous. This was so easy, right? So I am launching the teacher NTS, guys. Please give your feedback before leaving the class. And meanwhile, if you have any doubts, please make sure to ask in the chat box. Okay. Welcome, Shri Devika. Are my concepts clear to you? See, if you're not clear with concepts, you can ask me. I will explain once again. I'll clear your doubts. Okay. So one thing is you need to be open with me, beta. जब तक आप open नहीं होंगे तो we cannot discuss, comfortably. Right? So, okay, then I'll end the poll. Actually, because of my health issue, I'm, leaving little early. So no problem, only 5 minutes. So take care, guys, everyone. Yes, yes. Okay, guys, if you have any doubts, please make sure to ask. Okay, either now or either in the next class. Okay, so till then, take care. Bye bye. Bye, everyone. Please take care of yourself. Corona is spreading like anything. Please take care. Okay, drink hot water, maintain social distancing, all these things.